argued in the article that I wrote today in Sydney's Daily Telegraph, Brisbane's Courier Mail and the Gold Coast Bulletin. I didn't write the headline of the story. The editors headlined it, "Suspension of Belief, Overlooking Facts and Failing to Have Proper Conversations." Now, in other words, I'm arguing that what we are forbidden, what we are prevented from telling you, which I believe you're entitled to know, but unless you toe the line, you're cancelled. For example, in that article I mentioned the New Zealand Prime Minister, I've already referred to this, Jacinda Ardern, who this week urged New Zealanders to, quote, "take all non-government information with a grain of salt, dismiss anything else. We will continue to be your single source of truth." And that New South Wales Health Minister, who's become a health hazard, has said the same thing arrogantly and dismissively, arguing dismiss the ideas that aren't based on science or medicine. I mean, that's nonsense. On so many issues, science is never settled. Science is about testing theories, challenging received truths. There's no one science on climate change, coronavirus, vaccination, or masks. Testing a plurality of views is what we should be doing. Are we saying in 2021 we should be denied those views? Jacinda Ardern says of her government, "We'll continue to be your single source of truth." The United States President is telling big tech to get on side with government and censor voices the government doesn't like. This is nothing more than a crackdown on the free exchange of ideas. We are in deep trouble when the leader of the world's democracies, America, is instructing private companies to abridge the freedom of speech and of the press to the point where big private companies are acting as functionaries of government. The journalist Glenn Greenwald, who helped publish the whistleblower Edward Snowden's surveillance abuse in 2013, called the union of corporate and state power, and I quote, "one of the hallmarks of fascism." I've said many times, the real pandemic is the failure of a politically correct society to give the public access to a plurality of views. Well, enter again into this field the cognitively declining President of the United States. This bloke continues to get a saloon passage, a free run. His incoherence is unchallenged. Here he is talking to a CNN town hall meeting. Now, of course, CNN are mouthpieces for Biden. And you'll see here another example of embarrassing, stumbling incoherence. He's asked, "What's your message to parents and educators about kids returning to school when kids under 12 are not yet vaccinated?" Listen to the President of the United States.
Everyone under the age of 12 should probably be wearing a mask in school. That's probably what's going to happen. Secondly, those over the age of 12 who are able to get vaccinated, if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't wear a mask. If you aren't vaccinated, you should be wearing a mask.
Well, the WHO and UNICEF have guidelines on wearing masks. Quote, "Children aged 5 years and under should not be required to wear masks. This is based, they say, on the safety and overall interests of the child and the capacity to appropriately use a mask with minimal assistance." The guidelines go further. For children aged 6 to 11, masks are recommended in classrooms only if the school is located in a locality where there is widespread transmission, and only after consultation with parents and weighing the impacts on learning and psychosocial development. What's the President saying? Everyone under the age of 12 should be wearing a mask. That's not what UNICEF or the WHO are saying, and not a word about consulting with parents or the impact on learning and psychosocial development. Who is fact-checking the President of the United States? They fact-check Alan Jones. The next question was about coronavirus and vaccinations. Now, I'm vaccinated. I'm pro-vaccination, but I'm also pro giving people all the information. Vaccinated people are testing positive. The vaccination, as I've said, limits the likelihood of people going into hospital if they catch the virus. That's not what the President has said. Listen to this.
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Yeah.
That's not true. But the bloke's unchallenged. And then this our incoherent rambling about men on the moon and aliens. Listen to this embarrassing diatribe.
You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you see, no, it works. Or or the mom and dad, or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're. No, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there were there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or, whether those aliens are here or not. Who are the people they talk to beyond the kids who love talking about it?
What? Man on the moon, something. What the hell has this got to do about anything? This is a town hall meeting. The bloke's unchallenged in his rambling. Listen to this. He actually tries to explain what the question is and then makes an appalling mess of answering his own question.
And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are. Why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved.
Oh, for God's sake. This virus is, in fact, it's going to be, excuse me, we know why all the drugs are temporarily approved, but permanently approved. I mean, listen to this again. The President of the United States at a town hall meeting, and someone doesn't say, get off the stage, you're embarrassing the free world and obscuring the coronavirus message. Listen to this.
We know that this virus is, in fact, it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved, but permanently approved.
Yeah. Excuse me, we know why all the drugs are temporarily approved, but permanently approved. What does it mean? The only thing you got right was you reckon the dog was a Democrat. He said, I can tell. Is that because it's got droopy ears and doesn't look too bright? Listen to this.
By the way, that is Danielle Lippy. She's a student here at the university, and she's a Republican. She's got a question for you. Go ahead, Danielle.
Okay. But your dog's a Democrat, I can tell.
And then there's transparent untruth. He was asked by a questioner, genuinely concerned, if you get COVID having been vaccinated, can you get COVID? This is what he said.
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Yeah.
How dangerous is this? This is going on in the world. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. This bloke has to be taken out of circulation.